So hello everybody and welcome back. If you're new, welcome in. I'm going over the faction fighter thralls again. So last time I only picked 2 factions to go from, and then I went for every level of fighter for that faction. The results were very one-sided. The Cold Embrace came out on top by thousands of points when it comes to health. So I wanted to make sure that I hadn't done anything wrong. When I say I hadn't done anything wrong, I just wanted to make sure I hadn't messed up in some way. So this time what I did is I spawned in all T9s. Now you'll notice in our group here that I don't have any sanguis, and that's because I can't guarantee what a T9 is. I've tried searching the Discord, and again, if there's a guide for it, I just can't find it, and I'm sure there used to be. The new guides, they don't really cover this kind of thing, and I can't find the old ones. So unfortunately, Shadorians are just going to have to sit out this comparison. They're happy. They've earned their stripes. They don't care. So like last time, what I did, spawned everybody in. I didn't capture them. No thrall wheels, nothing like that. I gave everybody gruel, like I did last time, because again, the perks, they're very hit and miss. Doesn't mean I'm going to get what I wanted anyway. I have them set out in order of health points, and like I said, I do talk about health points because it helps with the survivability, and I can't really guarantee strength bonuses, agility bonuses, or anything like that. And you're not really going to get the same as what I get anyway, but you should get the same health as what I do. So we're going to start off with Elvenor here, and this is a high magus. I did better this time and I gave them better armor. So he's got his high magisters bits and bobs here, and they come with magic. Obviously it's a magus, so they are a mage. So he started off with 5,562 health. He's now at 7,301 health. He didn't have a massive gain, which we discovered that last time when it came to mage types. So here we have the Elder of Felgar. His health was the same, 5,562. And he ended up with 7,992. Bit of a difference from our Elvenor fella there. The bonuses, well, you know, he did get 2 health bonuses, so that might be why. Then we're going to move on to the Shadorian Highborn here. She came with 6,696 health, which is 1,000 and odd more than the first 2 did. She now has 15,120. Massive difference there. Still a T9. I didn't do anything different to level her up than I did the others. She has a gruel which should just give her strength, so there shouldn't really be a massive health difference. And she didn't get any health perks, so that doesn't explain it. However, she does have 40% strength damage bonus. We're going to move on to our Covenant Highborn here. She came in with the same health as the Shadorian, which was 6,696, and now she's got 16,292. So she did get more than the Shadorian, and she only got 1 health perk there. And she should be an agility user, and yeah, she's got a bigger agility bonus. So now we're moving on to the Kelgorian Warlord here. So Kelgorian Warlord and Vanguard Warlord, they both had the same health to start off with, which was 7,128. She's ended up with 19,224, and he's only ended up with 16,486. And when I say only, obviously that's on par with our Highborn here, and much more than the first 2 fellas. But she still got more. And 1 health bonus is what she got. And he didn't get any. We're moving on to our Master of Emperors. Start off with 7,668, which is more than everybody else before him. Our Stormhold fella started off with the same. So he's got 21,654. With no health bonus. Sorry, when I say no health bonuses, I mean perks, yeah. A lot of strength damage though. 79%. Good for you. And our Stormhold fella, who did start off with the same health as our Cold Embrace one. He's got 21,098 now. So a little bit less than our Cold Embrace. He got 1 health perk. He still has a lot of strength bonus, but the problem when it comes to showing bonuses and stuff, I've given them their corresponding faction armor, but the good corresponding faction armor, which obviously this adds strength weapon damage, as does this. So the perks of the armor still count for thralls, as they do for us. So if you want them to do more damage, give them that kind of armor. Same with weapons. I didn't give them any good weapons, just whatever weapons they spawned in with is what they had. But if you want them to be effective, you're going to need to give them the best of what you can. What I do, which I don't know if other people do, because of how followers interact and sometimes, you know, they just won't move and they get stuck somewhere. I explained that when it comes to the pets, which is a good reason to get the metamorphosis for them, which helps them with the plague. But obviously these fellas, they don't get a metamorphosis, so there's no plague protection, so you probably don't want to take them down there. But when you do take them out, sometimes they won't return when you need them to return, and they're surrounded by stuff. It's different because you as a player can run away. You've got full agency of where you go. You don't have full agency of what your thralls do. So if you do have a good thrall, you do want to give them good stuff. So I would, if I was playing on a server, as soon as I can make the best gear, it goes to my thrall. Thralls obviously have their uses. They can carry a little bit for you. It's not a lot, but they can still carry it. But it's for protection, so you want a healthy, strong follower. So if you get into a scrape, they can help you get out of it, and it's just, I prefer to have them than not have them. Sometimes on a server that has the same mods as what I have, when you get to your VAM levels and stuff, you don't often need to have a follower with you, but it does help to draw aggro from stuff. So if you've got a really powerful bow, your followers can irritate whoever it is, like the big boss or whatever, while you're killing it with a bow. And then it won't hit you and you don't take damage, and hopefully you can get it killed quick enough before it does anything to your follower. But when you're starting off, they're just really helpful. I'd prefer to have them. Pets as well. Pets are good. But a fighter thrall can help you get other thralls, because you can give them a truncheon and they'll use that as a weapon, so they help you to knock out and get the new thralls that you do need. So it might be worth, if you can only get these low level ones, get a couple. If you're on a server that has better thralls and you can have a couple, well, more than one following you, then say there's you and you have 2 followers with you, you've all got truncheons, you can pretty much knock out whatever you want, as long as you don't go into a raid camp and you get killed. But that is my explanation about why I like thralls. If you have a different reason, feel free to leave that in the comments. I do like to hear what other people think, so I am open to hearing your opinions. Maybe you have a specific thrall that you like, or a specific follower that you like. Personally, especially after seeing the difference and everybody here, my goal would be Cold Embrace, which I did say last time, Cold Embrace, a Master of Cold Embrace was my preferred, and a Stormhold General. I didn't often used to see Stormhold Generals. There would be a lot of captains I would see, and not a lot of generals. Obviously it's a T9, and I think they may spawn a little bit rarer. As with the Vanguard Warlord, they're normally quite hard to get. You might just have a good RNG on your server, or you might just have good luck and you might see them all the time. If you're on a server that has like a player market or anything, and you can find these high level ones, knock them out, because not everybody can, and you'll be able to sell them. But anyway, thank you to anybody who's just listened to my ramblings on about what I like about followers. Thank you to anybody who watched. Feel free to like and subscribe. Feel free to not if you don't want to. And I'll hopefully see you all next time.